To know your natural and best sleeping position, stay tuned. Welcome to ES Equilibrium State. In this video, I'll explain why and how you should sleep for optimal rest and rejuvenation. Thank you for joining me. Sleeping is a very important matter because, in fact, ideally, as researchers have found, we spend 7 to 9 hours sleeping every day. Sleeping is an extremely important narrative. It is not only because when you sleep, you restart your brain, relax your body, and also initiate your cell regeneration process. It is true that not sleeping, that is sleep deprivation, is recognized as a torture method today. So sleeping is very important, but you can do a lot wrong while sleeping, and I experience that again and again with my clients. And what you can do wrong, I will explain to you in the next few minutes. Okay, about a month ago, I had offspring. To be nice and fresh, which doesn't always work out completely, as you can see in my eyes, I'm currently spending nights in my daughter's nursery, sleeping on the floor there. And I sleep here on this exact mat. That means this document is currently the sleeping pad that I have been using for a month. You can sleep very well even without a thick mattress, without memory foam and stuff like that. In fact, it is true that this mat is a beautiful catalyst because it wonderfully brings out the problems one has while sleeping. And I also noticed a few things again on this mat that are very important for you and that I would like to explain to you in more detail in this little special part of the mat check. Let's begin with the side position. The side position is actually the worst sleeping position, though it's the most common position that most people assume. Why is she the worst? First of all, the following. When you lie on your side, that is, in this role though, you still keep all the structures that you briefly create during the day short. That is, your hamstring can stay short, your pelvis probably rolls far forward, your stomach, your front is short, like when sitting. Your shoulder falls upward in this region, causing a pinching sensation in the neck area. This is a result of a deepening of the shortening that occurs throughout the day. Another factor in this sleeping position is simply the following. This side sleeping position is actually the most tiring position there is. If you fully relax, this is what would happen in the side sleeping position of your body. You would either fall backwards if you let go of your body, or you would fall forward. To stay in this side position, you have to constantly tense and hold your muscles, so you can never relax while sleeping. For these reasons, the side sleeping position is unequivocally the worst sleeping position you can adopt. You probably know my video about stress, body and fascia. If not, I've put it back in the list below or displayed it again here. And in this video, you will learn why even this sleeping position can have negative effects on your hormone balance. Also, since sleeping is definitely not allowed, please check mat number 1 and maintain side position. If I sleep on this mat, almost on the floor in a side position, then even I, with a relatively functional body, notice that after a certain time I have problems here with my pelvis. Sleeping in the same position for a long time is uncomfortable. The shoulder is heavily stressed in this position, which can cause discomfort and pain. That implies, on a natural surface, I would not be able to find side sleeping as comfortable as I would prefer. Okay, let's move on to the next sleeping position. That would be the stomach sleeping position. If I lie in this position, it's already a little bit better because I can actually let go of my whole body. However, this position has a small difficulty for people who have a tense neck. Once they lie in this position, they will twist their neck and get a stiff neck. This position is actually only suitable for professional sleepers at the same time. You can never fully rest your feet, as you can see here at the back. That means you will probably rotate them outward or pull one leg in, so that if you habitually do it in one direction, your psoas here may be shortened a bit more on one side, which can lead to scoliosis and so on. Moreover, it is frequently the case that individuals with tense shoulders experience their arms becoming numb very easily in this posture, and there are difficulties associated with position number 2, which involves lying on the stomach. In the last month in which I sleep on this underground here, I noticed that when you sleep on such a relatively hard surface on your stomach, you quickly feel a pressure sensation on the rib cage during breathing, which of course pushes into the ground here. Simultaneously, it's true that in the prone position, when lying on the stomach, the knees eventually face an issue, as from a physics perspective, the knee consistently pushes into the surface, causing slight pressure pain if in this position for a prolonged period. This position is not ideal on a hard surface. Let's move on to the optimal sleeping position, the back sleeping position, despite it being relatively uncomfortable for many people who dislike sleeping on their backs. But that is actually due to these structural deficiencies that are already in the body. So if we take an example from small children, then we would lie on our backs, let our arms tilt to the side, maybe bend one leg, tilt our head to the other side or in that direction. In fact, it is true that in this area the chest herb can grow incredibly wide. The belly can become long, and for people with a high cross, the back can finally sink and relax after a certain time and is also guided. Actually, the problem is if you can't do that. If structures are solid, one will face initial issues and lie in a hollow back. After a while, however, this subsides and the back lowers. So this position is optimal because you can also see that the legs are simply completely stretched, nice and long, and the shortening on the back of the hamstrings can also be wonderfully controlled. Moment check #3, supine position. Well, what else can I say? Lying on your back is most comfortable on a hard surface. Now my body is functional. That means my lower back can sink. That's not a problem. My arms can lay down nicely. That means my body is actually how it should be. And if I sleep with such a body on a surface, as it is actually given, then I don't have any big problems. And indeed, I sleep almost the whole night in this position without major problems. So you see, lying on your back is the optimal sleep program and the optimal training for your body during the night for a variety of reasons that contribute to its effectiveness. It's important to note that regardless of the ideal position, you naturally assume different positions at night and change them periodically over time. Otherwise, you'd get pressure points somewhere. The important thing is, what's your dominant sleep pattern? Most clients I have who are side sleepers hardly ever sleep on their backs, rarely sleep on their stomachs, and almost exclusively sleep on their sides. Sleeping on side is dominant, often reflected in body structure. On the other hand, it is ideal to spend most of your time on your back for better sleep quality. That means where you can control it, just fall asleep, or whenever you wake up, turn over on your back, put your arms to the side and practice this sleeping little by little again and again. This is the first exercise I give clients in session 1. If you can't sleep on a hard surface and need your mattress, it means your body is so messed up that you can no longer sleep without technical aids like shaping mattresses or memory foam mattresses. This indicates a serious problem with your body that needs to be addressed. What can you do? Well, you can practice on such hard surfaces really frequently and try to sleep and slowly get used to it so that your body adapts. Or you can basically seek structural work with fascia therapists and, so to speak, have this tension pattern worked out of the body again. The fact is simply that all these mattresses have the same functions as an insert. That means they manage your problem but don't solve it. So you will never get rid of it, and actually your condition on such a mattress will always get worse because your body can actually adapt to this bad posture again and again for 8 hours, 9 hours per night. And that is, of course, not our goal. If you liked this video and took important information from it, then give me a thumbs up, like this channel, and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with friends because sleeping is a vital thing and you can do so much wrong, and it can be much better if you know how to sleep properly. In this sense, thank you for being there. Until next time, your Dirk Beckmann, ESO Polymer State.